A new release from Gaillion has taken place, and I am excited to review it, so let's just dive right in. Yes, a new single has released from the progressive rock band of Gaillion. This time it's known as Backslide. Their first one, Letters from the Skipper, I actually really enjoyed. It was a very fresh track, that kind of happy, summery, kind of just that fresh feel of being on the waves. Backslide is almost the counter to Letters from the Skipper. Backslide is much more atmospheric. It's a little bit darker in tone. I will admit, when I first heard this song, I was a little bit let down just with that preconceived notions that I had with Letters from the Skipper, and that was really my mistake on that part. So I put Backslide aside, knowing what I was listening to, and I just let the tune sink in subconsciously. After about a week or so, I picked it up again, I started listening to it, and I started to really enjoy it. It starts off very softly and very subtly with just a little bit of a drums and very little bass, just to kind of set the tone, set the atmosphere for the rest of the track. But once we kind of go into that, we go into the rest of the song, and it's an interesting kind of a take from the band. I mean, once we get past that intro, we enter into the general song of that verse, chorus, verse, chorus. It's got that same kind of a boppy sensation that Letters from the Skipper had. So within that bass, you have that really good bop and groove to it, something that kind of keeps you going. And again, it almost feels like you're almost on the water, kind of chopping along. So that was a very good take. The musicianship, again, is very, very well done. I love the bass and I love the drumming. They almost sound a little bit Rush influenced, especially when you're listening to the drums on like a good set of headphones. It's coming from you at all different sides, all around the place, and I love when a band does that, so that was very well orchestrated. And much like a very good sandwich, where you had that very good and very atmospheric intro, you have that cascade of music at the end to usher out the song. And I felt like this cascade of sound, that cascade of music, of playing, just with the guitars and the keyboards, I thought that was a really good way to end it. Now when I first heard this, I was a little taken back at how quickly the song had ended, even though it's longer than their first release. I felt like it just kind of cut it short instead of playing it out. So I hope kind of in the future they stretch their legs a little bit, play a little bit longer, get more into the orchestration of the sound. But the song itself is still a very good counter to the Letters from the Skipper. I felt like if they released both of these with maybe a couple more tracks, they would make an outstanding EP. So I'm very excited to see what the band has next. And that's about it for this. What did you guys think? Have you heard it yet? I'm sure it's probably available on YouTube, and you need to have a listen to it because it is an outstanding track and something that you need to listen to. And that's it for me. Notes out.